I almost threw away this painting halfway through. Let me kind of show you what happened. So I wanted to create a painting that had bones, bugs, flowers, all on a dark, kind of bluish background, something very moody, kind of, a little bit of entomology vibe. And whenever I first started, I am doing a process I'm not too comfortable with, but I wanted to kind of test things out. So you can see here, I started off with the skull, doing a lot of detail, pretty much finishing it before I moved on to the moth. Usually whenever I do paintings, I'll go through and I'll try to lay all the colors down, get all my figures kind of planned out before I go through and start locking in details. But I've seen other creators who do this. They focus on like one subject at a time in their paintings, and their stuff always comes out really beautiful. So I wanted to give this a shot. And I don't know if maybe that led to me having some issues with the color palette later on, but I don't know, maybe. Anyways, so as I was going through, very confident with the skull, the moth, the little Luna moth, started to come out so beautifully. I was very happy. And there will be a point, and you'll probably see it quite dramatically, where I'm going to be changing my ideas for all of the flowers. Originally, I wanted to have these flowers here, which are Queen of the Night flowers. Apparently, they only bloom at night. I think there was something about them blooming under a full moon, but I wanted to utilize them to go with the theme with the Luna moth, kind of building up on that idea. And as I was working on it, I kept really struggling. I mean, they were super bright, and you can kind of see here where the white is a really nice contrast against like the dark blue and the deep tones of the leaves. And of course, right here, you can see I'm already starting to change up the colors. I started to realize as I was trying to build this up, I kept struggling with the flower, that maybe it was too bright. So I tried to ignore it for a little bit, thinking that maybe all the other blank areas were really messing with my eyes and the balance in the painting. So I went up and I started to work on some of the younger parts of the flower. Whenever they're in that little like cute pod shape, they kind of make me think of Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors. So I started to go through and do some of the deeper, darker greens for all the leaves. And I think this is where I started to realize that I was gravitating more towards deeper, moodier tones. I had some of the lighter colors, but I realized quickly I did not want them to start trying to challenge the brighter colors of the Luna moth. I really realized that I wanted there to be complements but not distractions from the main figure. And you'll see, I'm starting to go through. I'm adding in some pinks and purples, trying to tone it down a little bit. And this is where I started to look up darker purple flowers. It just seemed like it had a richer quality to it without trying to distract the viewer's eyes from the moth, because again, the Luna moth is supposed to be the main focus. So I went through and I changed the structure of the flowers, I changed their colors. I started to create a bit more of a balance down below by adding some more of the darker greens. I also added in some of those, darker kind of mahogany browns just to, I guess, add some visual interest. Now, I wish I could figure out what kind of flower exactly I was painting. It kind of became a bit of a melding of a bunch of different types of flowers, and I think at a point I was mostly just kind of fixated on the motion of my brush, all these little dabs that I'm making, making it a bit more freestyle and not so rigid as what I was originally creating. And I mean, this is just one of those things, and there I go again, going much darker. And this is some of the things that I think a lot of artists have a real struggle with. We tend to go into paintings thinking that we know exactly how it's going to look, that the idea in our head is locked in and we can't or we shouldn't veer off to something else. But I mean, there are instances where you kind of have to freeform it. And I really do like the way everything came out, because with the darker purples, it plays more into the Luna Moth, where they have that little ridge of fuzzy purple along the top of their wings and onto their bodies. And I really like that the little tiny bits of pollen stamen that are popping out play into the antenna of the Luna Moth as well. So pretty much my advice as I continue to finish the little details of this painting, whenever you're starting to struggle, and I turned off the camera whenever I was really about to toss this whole thing and start over again, which was going to be a nightmare. Sometimes you need to take that moment just for yourself. Stop recording, stop trying to make content. Granted, in the end, it worked for me, so yay. But I really struggled. I got angry at myself. And in the end, I really love the way this painting is, or the way the painting came out. So now that I had solved pretty much the bottom portion, that issue, I had another issue up top that I had to address. I had to scrap the original little flower pot designs. I really should just look up what it's called, but anyways. And so I decided to go through and add the Luna Moth cocoon. So that is what my little Seymour turned into. So, and I really do think, even though it's probably a little bit of a strange composition, I just really wanted to have the skull be immersed in all of nature. And I really did enjoy having that little aspect of the Luna Moth, because, these moths, their whole purpose is to grow and go and propagate. So adding in their little cocoons, like that is their whole purpose, is to grow, emerge, and then unfortunately die in the end. So it's a little bit depressing, but I mean, that's life. So this painting I nearly threw away. I was about to have to start all over again, not even sure if I wanted to, and I love the way it came out. So thank you for following along.